My name is Rinder. I'm a school nurse in Brattleboro, Vermont, and I live in Putney, Vermont. I've always wanted to run the New York City Marathon. And then on Valentine's Day of 2020, my dad suffered a stroke. And I just thought, why not run in his honor? And I had hoped it to be in person, the marathon, because my dad was a cement mason. And as I would run the route, I would pass many of the buildings that he was associated with in building. My dad was a big personality, and he had started to be frail and had been in the hospital. That morning he was tired and he went to lie down for a little bit, and I heard some noise coming from the bedroom, and I went in to check on him. And that's when I realized that my dad was having a stroke. He had the stroke on Valentine's Day and died on March 7th. And he worked so hard in his rehab, just like he did all his life for us as a family. So I thought, why can't I work hard and train and run a marathon in his honor? Once the marathon went virtual, I thought, okay, I'll go down to New York where my mom is and my family can be a part of it. But then living in Vermont, we had strict travel rules. So I said to my husband, I'm just going to do it in Putney. So I ran a lot on Main Street and all through Putney with, again, many memories of my dad. He loved to come. My mom and dad loved to come to Vermont. And many of the places where I ran, we had taken walks. So my dad was also with me, even in Putney running the marathon. The best memory was there's two. At mile 23, I really felt like I wasn't going to be able to finish. And I just felt my dad kind of like, come on, Linda, you can do it. Why are you going to stop now? That's silly. And just giving me the pep talk to go. And then the other memory is my husband. My dad always wore a little flag pin, and he was a veteran. So he was very proud American. My husband made a finish line because I didn't pick a route. I just kind of ran around Putney, and then he made a kind of like a stage finish line on our driveway, and he used red, white, and blue crepe paper in my dad's honor. I really try to keep his positive and hard work determination that you can get through anything with me with COVID. So it's really inspired me to keep my dad's philosophies with me all the time. Our family has no history of stroke in it at all. So for my dad to have a stroke was a big surprise to us. I knew the signs. He had left side weakness, the arm. He couldn't hold his arm up. He had the facial droop. He couldn't really speak. Called out to 911, for my mom to call, and they came and they took him right away. And he was very fortunate to be able to be in an area where they could do the embolectomy. So I think time is really of the essence with a stroke, that, people know the signs and what to look for, and to take action. It was hard to be there at that moment watching that happen, but it was important I was there. I would say the American Heart should be on as many people's lists as possible, and all donations help. And when you think of the number of people affected by heart disease and stroke, there's, I doubt any person who doesn't have a family member or a friend affected by the diseases. Doing something for the American Heart in the honor of my dad has made so many connections for me with people that I would never have thought would have reached out about my loss. So it's been nice to hear from different people. So I think we should all make a donation to the American Heart, and help our friends and neighbors and family members.